trying to transition. Are like local businesses who social media is not their niche, and they don't know how to get the algorithm. Hell, some of them don't even know what the word algorithm means, and that's not a knock on them. Right. It's just social media, and social media marketing is something that's so brand new to a lot of them that they don't understand. And I was joking around with Jamila Riley the other day. I kind of do it every other while. I was like, there's somebody who needs to go out here and just create a job title called social media manager. And that's what their whole company is. They don't do nothing else but come to your business and help you with social media marketing. Right. You literally pay me. You give us access to your social media accounts. We sign an NDA, so making sure everybody's safe. Ain't nobody doing nothing they ain't supposed to be doing. And what my team does all day is just the social media aspect. Whatever events you got coming up, you send it over to us. We create what that would look like. Every day, we make sure your social media is up there. We give you a budget. If you can only do X amount of dollars, this is the kind of promotion you'll get. If you can do this amount of money, this is the kind of promotion you get. So it literally, that needs to be a job. And the crazy part about it is, I always said, that is a great fresh out of high school kind of a job. The youth, that's a fresh out of high school. Like somebody, not me, because somebody else can have it. I ain't got time to do that. But somebody can create a business and a corporation, and you just hire fresh out of high school kids, and this is what they have to do. This is it. Give me 4 hours. Give me 10 hours out the week. So that's 2 hours a day. You can go to college. Right. You still got a job. And all you're doing is posting for some other company. And now you have a trade on your resume. That looks good. But with that being said, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Where I Come From, where the only requirement is to be where I come from. It is I, Mr. Tone Deaf. We are back in the building again on this beautiful Saturday. If you just watched me earlier, thank you. I don't normally go twice a day, but with this weekend being such a major weekend for the city of Milwaukee, I am talking to so many artists, so many individuals, so many entrepreneurs, so many people who are doing great things in Milwaukee this weekend. You are going to see me live more than any other time you've ever seen me, so get used to it. And if you see the same green shirt a few times today, don't judge me. Okay, I tried to print up a new one real quickly, but something went wrong. So you're going to get this green shirt again. But anyway, it says say yes to yourself. And I want you to do that anyway, because mental health awareness is a really big deal with here. But today is the culmination of something great here at TDR. So those of you guys who have been rocking with me for a mighty long time knows that TDR was founded in April. So April is not only Autism Awareness Month. Shout out to my little brother and and Juan, my partner in crime at Deaf Fresh Show, little sister, as they both have autism, and we rock for them like crazy everywhere we go. If you've ever listened to the Deaf Fresh Show, we've always had wild stories about our siblings. But April 11th was the day I sat down and actually decided to do something special. And then all of a sudden I announced on the 14th of April, not realizing what it meant to Milwaukee, that TDR, at the time Tone Deaf Radio, was launching its internet radio station. And this year is very special because this is our 14th year in business. So on the 14th of April, we turn 14, thus making 414 Day so major for TDR, and all of those are involved. And the great thing about that is I'm actually joined here with Jordan, who is actually part of the 414 Day Festival that will be going on down in the Deer District by the Pfizer Forum this Monday from 2 to 8 p.m. And there are a few of the TDR family members who will actually be a part of that as well too, such as Lupus Has No Face, Beauty Sleep, and then of course TDR themselves will be running around on deck at the time, because I just got to be me. I got to be there. I got to be a part of that. Absolutely. In regards to that. So what's going on, Jordan, man?
Hey, we're doing good. We're excited.
I'm excited for y'all. So let me start from the beginning. What made y'all start doing this to begin with?
Yeah, so the executive director of Milwaukee Day is Mocha Harris.
Right.
She's the owner of MK Expanded. She's been doing shows since 2018. Right. And the pandemic came. She turned her business, MK Expanded, into an actual music business.
Okay.
And she's always thrown a 414 Day like concert, not really knowing what it was. But she, Mocha's from Milwaukee. She went down to Atlanta for college, came back, and she started doing shows in Milwaukee. She just was always around the music industry in Atlanta and wanted to come back to Milwaukee. So she just always threw shows, really with her friends. Like her friend, she had a lot of friends that were artists in the community, her brother. And so she just did all that. And then fast forward to 2021, right after the pandemic was kind of like, it's still going.
It was still going. We still had rules.
Yeah.
We were outside, but we still had rules.
Still kind of like not all the way there.
Right.
And she was actually given, so Milwaukee Day, the actual holiday, was actually created by several friends,
right,
several years ago. And they just happened to say like, hey, 414, April 14th. That's a kind of that's our area code.
Right. And I think I noticed that when they talked about it too. I think during the time social media all of a sudden was just grabbing onto it. And it was like, make sense?
Yeah, it just like kind of started. It was kind of a cool thing, and I think other cities do it as well.
Yeah, I think the first time I think I actually ever really truly heard was Miami.
Oh, really? Yeah.
May 4th, because Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
And then on top of it is 504 Day.
Yeah.
And they just ran with it.
Yeah, and I think that's super cool to have all that. And as Milwaukee being not one of the major cities. Right. Ours is a really strong holiday, and in 2012, Mayor Tom Barrett at the time proclaimed this to be Milwaukee Day.
Okay.
And so the people that own that holiday, that were the ones that started and everything, they kind of just pushed it as just a kind of a fun thing around the city. And it kind of, as you said, it was like all over social media, just kind of started blowing up more, and people were starting to recognize like, hey, this is our area code. This is the day in the year, 414 Day.
Right.
And she, once the past owners wanted to like step away and just kind of live life, they knew Mocha and what she was doing, and presented her to now own the holiday.
Okay.
And so for the last few years, she's had the holiday, like supervised it, co-directed everything, and then still continued with their festival. And so that's kind of the Milwaukee Day holiday is an official holiday in Milwaukee.
Right.
And then the 414 Day festival is still what she's started off creating, and it's continuing. It's kind of been a joint thing moving forward, but there's so many things in the city that are going on now.
Right. And I was going to say that because even now, as I look at my timeline, because like I said, in the podcasting community, we're kind of close knit. So when one person's doing something, we're all there to support each other. So I know there's things going on at City Social in regards to it. There's things going on at other bars in regards to it. And would it be on a Monday? That's, it's a lot going on in regards. I was like, hey, could it just been one? Could it be a Sunday? I've been cool, but it's
the weekend.
It's the weekend. I'm going to be busy all week anyway. So, 414 Day on Monday, and then we got Easter on the following weekend. So we got to get it in there somewhere in regards to it. So with this particular event, how long have you been a part of it?
Yeah, so I joined Mocha in 2021. I started off doing podcasts, like a little YouTube show. Now I don't even call it a podcast.
No, don't even call it little, because you never know what it could turn into.
Right.
Man. Look, 14 years later.
Exactly. Put in the work that long. And so I had a studio. I did stuff in the music scene just a little bit, but I knew of Mocha, and she actually asked me to come on to the team for MK Expanded in 2021. And started off in a few just different jobs, but 4 years later, I've just always stuck with her. I always saw her vision for her brand and her business, and I always wanted to be doing stuff in the music world. And I love the business side because I also work at UW Milwaukee.
Okay.
And so kind of that business side and mixing it also with the music was always fun to me. And so I've just been there since she got the holiday, and kind of been rocking with her, doing the MK Expanded stuff, but then also helping with the Milwaukee Day.
Okay, so you've been there for about 4 years. Out of all 40 years, what is one of the most memorable things you've seen at these events?
The most memorable stuff.
Like something that just like every time you think of 414 Day, this always comes to your mind.
That's a great question. The thing about what I always just think about is, Mocha's, when she started this company, she was the only one doing it for the couple years. And I was kind of she always had people around her helping out and, in parts connected to her. But I was always surprised how much work she put in for all this stuff, especially as it grew bigger and bigger. And so last year, we had a festival as well. We had multiple artists, and just to see all the work that put in was something that I always will remember, at least from Mocha's standpoint, still accomplishing it, from all the ups and downs and the walls that were ahead of her. But I think actually the first one that comes to mind is our second year doing it. First year, because we were still in the pandemic, was a digital festival. And I have a thought of that, but not as positive.
I was gonna get there.
Yeah, we'll get there as well.
We'll get there too.
But I think the second year we had I forget how many artists there was, but we had 3 different stages at 3 different venues, all on the same day performing.
Oh, that had to be hectic.
Yeah, it was.
It had to be,
and they were full. They were full
packed
lineups, and having some performances on the same day. And then some were earlier, so people could go to both if they wanted to, or at the same time. And yeah, I just remember that because to have 3 different venues going and all of them to run smoothly, to have fans at every single one, was just a great time, and we got to celebrate it. And I think that was right after 2022, so it was right after we started to come out a little bit more.
That's when we were allowed to be outside a lot more, and the restrictions wasn't as heavy, but they still was telling you to take. But we were ready to be outside. Exactly. At the end of the day, we were just ready to be outside.
Ready to be out, hanging out with people.
Right. So I get that. So now this year, you guys are doing it in the Deer District, which is dope.
Yeah.
Like most people who's never been to Milwaukee, the Pfizer Forum is one of the main things that always comes to their mind. And if you are from Milwaukee, y'all know how that little area can get. How do y'all plan on making it work this year? Because the Deer District is a big area, but you got a lot going on.
There's a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool to get that opportunity and connect with the people we did at the Bucks organization. And so how the setup will kind of look like is the Deer District, if you were here in 2021, just the packed area.
Oh, yeah, that photo still circulating.
And so that is the area. We'll have actually half of that area.
Okay.
So it's kind of right in the middle of the doors there. And on the side of there's 2 Bucks logos. On the side closer to Highland Ave. Yeah. I think it was. We'll have that half, and then it'll go trickle into the beer garden.
Okay.
So kind of that shape. And yeah, enter there. We'll have a stage. We'll actually have 2 stages.
That's what I'm going to say. How many stages are we going to do this year?
Yeah, we're going to have 2 stages. So we're going to have a main stage kind of in the main area with all of our vendors. So we have over 37, I think 37 vendors is what I looked at last.
Yeah.
Food trucks, financial people, different mom and pop shops, a bunch clothing, just everything there. And so we'll have vendors there. We'll have music performances throughout the day on both stages. I mentioned the food trucks are going to be there, but we'll also have art stuff going on in there.
It's going to be a whole thing.
If you're from Milwaukee, cans.
Y'all got me. Y'all had me at cans. Y'all had me at cans. Yep. That's going to be the line by itself.
Absolutely. And yeah, so we'll have that. We'll have a proclamation ceremony at 3:00.
Okay.
Bringing out one of the aldermen's here, and some different people that are just going to be able to talk. Pimp and Ken's going to be joining us that day.
I'm only laughing because that is probably the most Milwaukee-ish thing that you could do. Absolutely. That nobody will bat an eye at. Like, why is he? No, he makes sense.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yes.
And that's where we try, and that's I think what Mocha's
trying to do is it's our day, so it should be about Milwaukee in every shape or form.
Absolutely.
And I respect that. So it doesn't matter if you are from the south side of Milwaukee, north side of Milwaukee, east side of Milwaukee, downtown, wherever you're from. It sounds like you can come here and something will represent you.
Absolutely.
And that's what I love to hear. We definitely need more events like that. Because don't get me wrong, I love the festivals and everything else that goes on in the city, but we definitely need more that just solely represents Milwaukee as a whole. And shout out to you guys for doing that. This is, you said, your 4th year being a part of this. And I definitely see that. Keep it up. It may be a 2-day event.
And that would be, those are those dreams that we have. Because, I mean, Mocha's, she loves the north side, grew up and raised there.
We all were.
I'm not from Milwaukee initially.
We'll give you a pass.
Yeah.
You've been invited to a Milwaukee barbecue, so you're good. You can come.
I gotta save that right there.
You can come to a Milwaukee barbecue because a Milwaukee barbecue is a little bit different than a normal barbecue. You can come. But you good.
I love Milwaukee. I love the city. I love all the areas from the north side to the south side to the east and the west. And that's what we try to do when you were saying bringing all those people together. And that's why I love 414 Day. And as you see on social media, just all the people that love the city of Milwaukee. And I think it's that day to really just show our pride, and we're better together.
We are.
And bringing everyone.
Because Milwaukee is a unique concept. Quick history lesson, because you couldn't be on where I come from if I don't teach y'all something. Milwaukee is a very segregated city, not necessarily because of this is just where people are or redlining, but we're actually segregated because when people used to migrate here through immigration, they would land wherever they could once they came down the lakes. So that's why you'll see pockets of cultures specifically in that area. You will see people of German descent over here. You'll see people of Latin descent over here. You'll see people of Polish descent over here. You can literally tell where you are simply by the culture of the individual. Yeah. And that's the one unique thing about Milwaukee, because you're not going to have too many cities where the cultures don't blend. But I also love that because when everybody has their own little individual festivals, you get a little bit of taste of the Italianos, the Polish, the Germans, the Greeks. But 414 Day says we don't want little pockets of that. We want it all here. Go get you some Putschkis over here, but at the same time go over here and get you some Ned's Pizza. We want, you can enjoy things that you don't never go and interact with on a normal basis in regards to them. I like that for y'all. So I don't want to keep you here much too longer because I know you got a lot. We're in the 25th hour of everything. For those who are listening live, because I'm going to replay this tomorrow as well too. When does it start? What's the address? What are you needed? Is there anything that's needed?
Only thing that's needed is Milwaukee pride and have a fun time. It is a free event. I'll say free.
We like free.
That was one of our goals this year, is that provide a free event. It'll be down at the Plaza Deer District, right outside the Pfizer Forum. Can get there any way that you put any of those addresses in, you'll find it. We're gonna be starting at 2 p.m. So come early. We'll be all set and ready at 2 o'clock.
Okay.
Going over till 8 o'clock is when we'll end the night, but there will also be an after party at Allure.
I didn't want to go ahead and give that unless that was the other.
Yep.
After party at Allure, you can go to City Social if you want to do that. Basically, I'm gonna tell you, as soon as the party's over, the party don't stop.
It don't stop.
I don't care if it's a Monday. I'm just gonna have to call in on work on Tuesday.
I already tried to do that.
I'm not gonna make it.
And we're gonna get a Brewers win on Monday too.
Yeah.
Thing with Unfinished Legacy t-shirts as well. So I mean, on the Milwaukee Day, at Milwaukee Day, on Instagram, we posted as many events as we can. People are tagging that. There's just so much stuff, even today on Saturday to Sunday.
I was like, there's stuff going on today. There's art performances and everything going on over in the downtown area as well too. And that's why I said earlier that it's going to eventually have to grow into a 2-day event. Like when it gets to the point where you guys have so many people pouring into you, but you don't have the space, you're going to have to add another day.
And we're all for that. We are.
Don't worry, it will happen because we got the right people, the right team. Absolutely. You got everything together. But once again, I'd like to thank you for coming through.
Thank you.
For those of you guys, once again, if you are listening to this podcast, you should be at 414 Day because you can't be where I come from without having pride about where I come from. So with that being said, make sure you check us out on all streaming platforms. That's Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or wherever else you listen to your podcasts at. Get down there on Monday and just enjoy yourself because believe me, I will. Because I am. So with that being said, people, we are out of here. Peace.